They're a very good football team on offense in particular. They do a really good job with their coaching staff. It's very similar offensive scheme to ours, so we'll have our hands full. It'll be a great battle here. Hopefully the fans can come out, enjoy the beautiful weekend, and watch a good football game.
You still got one more spot to jump, in the Super Region polls. What's it going to take, do you guys think, to move that one spot?
Just like all year, we got to win each game. And if we win this week, we'll be in the conversation again next week. If you lose, you're out, and you're sitting at home. So we just got to try to take care of business here against a good team, and hopefully be in that conversation the following week.
So really, your fate is in your own hands here.
To a degree. I mean, you're going to have the polls and everybody else, and you sit here. I think we're deserving with the 2 losses that we have against top 15 teams in the country, but it still won't matter anything what I think as long as if we don't win this game come Saturday. So it's fun to be in the talk. We've talked about that, but just put it aside and focus on what we got to get accomplished this weekend. That's good W.
You guys don't, doing scoreboard tracking or anything for some of those other conferences, or?
I did last week because Azusa Pacific and Central Washington was such a late game, so I actually got online and watched a little bit of that, and Azusa Pacific put the boots to them, and they're a good football team. But other than that, you don't have a lot of time to do it because you're playing a lot of the games are in the same time frame. So when you get done, you scan through pretty fast and figure out if the teams ahead of you or the teams behind you are winning games. But for the most part, you can only take care of what you can control, and that's beating Moorhead, and then hopefully we can talk about the following week and be in the same spot.
I was just going to say, I'm sure it's a little different too because you don't play as many non-conference games, so maybe you're not familiar with the MIAA or GAC as much as maybe you would be if you played more non-conference. I don't know if that plays into it at all, or
not as much. I got a lot of friends in the coaching realm that coach in MIAA and at Pitt State and down at Northwest, and then particularly I know a lot of guys at Washburn, so in Lindenwood too. So you're always talking to those guys, and they kind of give you some feedback on who's up, who's down, and not being able to see them, but you see some of the highlights on TV and stuff in different conferences. But for the most part, you just concentrate on the NSIC and see what happens.
Moorhead, I guess, could get back to this week. Moorhead's usually got a pretty dynamic offense, kind of similar to you guys, like you said. What do you have to do on defense to sort of make sure you can shut them down?
I think it starts with being able to control their quarterback. He's a very good player, Demetrius Carr. He's athletic. There's so many similarities. You can compare him to Jordy a lot. They have very, very good receiving core. Gibson, one of their tall receivers outside, has already set the single season record for receiving over there. And they got 2 other good players as well in the slot. Ambrose seems like he's got to be 40, I swear. He's been there forever. So he's an outstanding player from northern Minnesota. Recruited him out of high school a little bit, so heard that name forever. But we're going to have to play fundamentally sound. They're a little bit different where they will run the ball, and they make you defend every inch of the field from A-gap to all the way to the sideline, and they'll throw the ball vertical a lot. So we'll have our hands full, and hopefully we can slow them down.
How much, obviously you guys were able to score a lot last week too. That's something you can maybe on offense carry over, just sort of keep that high octane offense rolling. I know Moorhead's been giving up a lot of points and yards too. So
yeah, they've improved a lot over the years. I think they're 6th or 7th in the league in scoring. But what we need to be able to do is keep the gas pedal down and continue to try to score points and be aggressive and put a lot of stress on their side of the ball. And yeah, I don't want to see it turn into a shootout, but at the end of the day, as long as you have one more point on the scoreboard, we'll take it. But it's going to be a challenging game. I don't know. You can throw records aside. They're a couple plays away from probably being 7-2, just like we are. So I think they've done a really nice job improving, building on their program. I think Coach Lockway's done a really nice job over there. So there's a lot of similarities in what they get to do. There's offensively the philosophy of just playing. They get their kids to play extremely hard. So it's almost like watching your own team in the mirror at times. A little bit different philosophy on offense and defense at times, but they do a nice job. So we'll have to be ready to go, and if we don't play well, we'll be in for a long day, and I don't expect that to happen, but hopefully we can, like I said, keep the axe here and get ready for the following week if we can get by Moorhead.
Jake, I guess had a pretty good defensive performance last week. Obviously, we were talking about with the coach, Moorhead's got a pretty high octane offense, kind of like you guys do. What's different about them compared to St. Cloud? What do you have to do to shut them down?
They do have a good offense, very dynamic. They're able to score a lot of points in certain games that they've played. I think our D-line really matches up with their offensive line very good. But then again, their skill guys are pretty good, so all of us 11 guys really just have to be playing a full game, doing what we have to do, and just doing our job and make the plays that come to us, and we should win the game.
I mean, obviously you guys still in the hunt for the playoffs. Is that something that you're still thinking about actively now that you're so close?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we've never been able to go to the playoffs here as a team, at least when I've been here. Obviously having that chance, being able to play with some of the better teams in the nation, we have to obviously move up one more spot, and we're trying to do that. So we just have to really win these next 2 games, and we'll be playing in the postseason, hopefully.
Have you guys, as players, done much scoreboard watching, or are you mostly focused on what you guys can do, or just checking scores after?
Yeah, obviously it's on our minds. I don't look into it that much. It's really week to week for me, but obviously since we have the chance to go, it's definitely on our minds and something that we're working for.
Yeah. I don't know, what are your guys' thoughts? Obviously, two games on the road. You guys are finally back at home for the last 2. How big is that going to be for your confidence going forward?
Very big. We built up a pretty good home crowd this year with the success we've had this year and even last year. Obviously being on the road is hard sometimes, but we took care of business last week, and we just have to bring it back home and put on a show for the home crowd.
How big is this rivalry for you guys?
Oh, it's Axe Week. I mean, that's been a tradition here for years. I don't even know when it started, but it's been here a long time, and they took it from us a few years ago, and we got it back, so we're just trying to keep it every year now.
Seems like, especially, I think the past couple of years, it's been a pretty good game. I know it was maybe one-sided for you guys for a while. It seems like they've sort of upped their game, and it's been pretty back and forth.
Yeah,
Good games.
they are one of the better teams in the North with us, and it's definitely a battle every time we play, so we just have to go out and do our job and win the game.